I mean, in some ways, it was harder back then because, there was such a grip on the distribution side of things. Uh, but now, algorithms are always changing. There's more and more music, there's new technology coming out, everything's changing. So, oftentimes, right when you think, okay, we think we know how this is working, then they change it up. So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
there's other factors
Yeah.
that come into play too, and it's uh, the algorithm is oh yeah, it's fun.
This is Ryan with Ethereal Metal, and I'm joined today by also Ryan of the Veer Union. Reinvention is going to be dropping tomorrow, and you guys have survived the death of radio, streaming, taking over the world, quarantine, and everything else the music industry has thrown at a band. So I've got to ask, are you powered by evolution, sheer stubbornness, or did you unlock some kind of a metalcore cheat code during lockdown? And which part of this record almost started a group chat war?
All of them, and yeah, we always laugh. We're like cockroaches that won't die, man. And
Right?
I mean, we've been doing this for so many years, and you know, uh, one of the things we always talk about is just how grateful we are to be in the situation that we're in, to have the fans that we do, to have each other, and to
Yeah.
still be making music after all these years. And yeah, it's a crazy time to be alive. And yeah, man, thank God COVID's over. So,
For sure.
oh yeah,
That is for sure,
oh
dude.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, brother. But what was the last question you asked me?
What was that?
You said you.
Oh, yeah, no. I just said, what part of the album almost started a group chat war?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, making the album was it was a lot of fun, man. It was a great
Nice.
record, and whether it was working together in the studio, working over Zoom, working over the phone, working over text, working over email. Yeah, I mean, technology is amazing. Uh,
Yeah.
how things have changed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, dude, for sure.
So the album title itself, Reinvention, super bold.
Mm.
What I love about it is that it doesn't feel like you're abandoning who the Veer Union are. It feels like you've sharpened it. What did Reinvention actually mean internally for you guys?
Well, every time we make a new record, we're always trying to beat what we did the last time. And like, in rock and metal, there's no reinventing the wheel, but where we started and where we're at now, I mean, uh the oh my goodness, sorry about that, dog. Uh
Nah, man, it's all good, dude.
where we started and where we're at now, I mean, it's one of the things is where we found success initially was more in the new metal sound, and we're so grateful that that happened. I mean, one of the things that we've always loved is heavy music, and oftentimes it's funny because a lot of artists out there, um, you hear their catalog, but it's not always their catalog might not always be what they necessarily prefer. So with
Sure.
reinvention, I
Yeah.
mean, there's no real way of reinventing the wheel, but the one thing we always do is push and push and push. And over the years, I mean, it's just gotten heavier and heavier and heavier for us. And it was a thing with our fans where the heavier we got, we'd make a different, we'd take the next step every couple records, and
Yeah.
now to be at the point where we're at, the reaction's been great, and
Cool.
we're so grateful to the fans, and yeah, man, I mean, we're doing our best to keep it fresh. for ourselves, you know, because at the end of the day,
Yeah, you got to do that.
yeah, and when you've been doing it as long as we have, it's one of those things too where if you're not happy with what you're doing and if it's not scratching that itch, then how are you going to keep going? You know, I mean, we've been a band a long time, dude. So
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Cool. Was there anything that you consciously left behind this time around?
Consciously left behind? Not really. I mean, the more time goes on, the less we give a fuck.
Yeah, right.
Like it's you know, we never want to alienate our fans, but we also know that um, you know, if you're not pissing someone off, then you're not doing it right.
You're not doing something right.
You know, like all you're getting is praise and adoration, then something ain't right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they got it. Cool. And that idea of refining instead of rebuilding kind of really comes through on Meet Your Maker, for example. Hits with like this direct, almost confrontational energy. Probably one of the sickest breakdowns that you guys have ever recorded, at least for me. It feels focused and driven. Who or what is that song aimed at?
Actually, that song, believe it or not, what was the name? Spin and I, we were chatting one night. He was watching. He hits me up and he's like, "Dude, there's this documentary on Netflix. What was it? Bad Doctor or something? It was about this guy in Europe that was doing all these plastic surgeries on people, and it was
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
people with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
collapsed air passages." And he's like, "Dude, have you seen this?" I'm like, "No, man." He's like, "You've got to check it out." And we were watching it, or sorry, he watched it. He didn't say shit. He's like, "You got to see this." I watched it, and then I think it was like 3 episodes or something. Then I hit him back, and we were just like, I was like, "Dude, that fucking motherfucker, like that is evil."
Wow.
And then you know, I think too, man, it's like a lot of it too. So with that being said, and then on top of that, the energy of the world coming out of COVID, coming out of lockdowns, coming out of all of the madness. It was just that was actually the first song that we completed for the record.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, and yeah, it just all kind of came together. And you know, for us, oftentimes it's important that the song means something to you. And often, like I mean, when we're working on stuff, we'll talk about what it means to us. We'll explain to each other, you know, trying to make sure, hey, does this make sense? And then, you know, sometimes you completely line up. Sometimes you line up real close, but it's cool when there's little inflections, like there's a little bit of uh you know what it means, you know what the other person's saying, you work on it together, and then uh as long as it's the goal is to always make it, at least in our band, when someone hears it, they hear it, they drink it in for what they hear, and they make it their own, and
Make
they
it their own. Right. Right.
make it their own. And that's one of the things with songwriting, at least when it comes to our band, that we always we we consciously unconsciously but consciously, like we've been doing it so long that you sit back, you work it out, and then when you're done, it's like i I think people will relate to this. I think our fans will
Yeah.
relate to this. I
Yeah.
think new people might relate to it. So yeah, dude.
Nice. Was there a specific moment where that hook kind of just clicked and you knew it was the lead statement?
Spin came up with Meet Your Maker. So the hook being the chorus. Maybe it's time
Yeah.
to meet your maker. Yeah, I mean the second the like when Spin threw down on it, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Definitely. Then
Nice.
we were like, that's it. But then the welcome to the future part that sets
Yeah.
them all up, that was that wasn't planned. That was one of those just amazing moments that happen on a record where it's like, oh shit, oh shit, like
And then just.
yeah, and then it was like, and then we're sitting back, and then I can't remember. One of us said it was like maybe it should be called Welcome to the Future. And then we were like, nah, Meet Your Makers, like it's just better. But
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Very cool. And you guys have always walked that line kind of between punishing riffs, massive hooks. So from Seasons to Living Not Alive to now,
yeah.
do you write heavy first and then find the melody, or does the hook come first?
Well, traditionally, I mean, things are always evolving. We're always trying to evolve, but traditionally, how it would usually happen is, I mean, usually spin, like I not usually. He will come up and he'll. When I say usually, I mean usually it starts on an acoustic guitar and
Yeah.
it's a chorus. Um, as things have progressed, it's not always that, but usually for us, the chorus is what sells the song. So usually the chorus is a good starting point, especially if there's a tagline, like here's the premise, and then work backwards from there. Doesn't always happen like that, but that's it does happen like that most of the time.
Nice, nice. And would you say the process has changed over the years, or is that pretty much like the way
I
it's been?
I mean, it has a little bit. It hasn't. But usually one of the things, man, is like for us, like we listen to like when we were talking about people's catalogs, like we're
Yeah,
just music fans in general. And usually what makes a good song and when you're dealing with metal and you're dealing with energy and riffs, like there's a ton of bands out there. I could name them, you know them, we all know them, that it's more instrument based. It's
sure.
instrument
Yeah,
driven and it's all about the energy. But Veer being a melody harmony band, um, when it comes to writing songs, uh, one of the things that I don't want to say necessarily, if you can take a song and you can break it down to its simplest form and it's still awesome, that's when you know you've got a really well composed song. Now,
cool.
obviously,
Yeah,
some people would disagree and they would have great points why, but where our minds are at, that's usually if you can break it down to its simplest form and it's still great. Chorus that pre-chorus hits, there's a tension, the chorus hits and it
yeah.
suffers, and then there's a B chorus and there's the payoff and you're like, that's when you know that you've got a good song. And hey man, that being said though, some songs you'll write a song on acoustic. Here's the idea, here it is. It's like, oh, we get so excited. And then
Yeah.
usually it happens probably once on every album where you put it down to tape and to tape and
Tape.
and it's and it just doesn't transpose,
Yeah, for sure.
and then there'll be other songs that are like, oh, this song's great, and then you put it into acoustic and you're like, oh shit, like so there's always little anomalies, and there's always sometimes things, you know what I'm saying, dog.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And because streaming has completely changed the game since your early radio days, so to speak, you guys cracked the active rock top 10 with seasons in the traditional radio era. Now that you're sitting over 200 million streams globally, though, what's harder, breaking through then or sustaining now?
Well, I'm living in the now,
Yeah,
so uh right now, sustaining now is the goal and growing, right? And
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, you're dealing with algorithms, you're dealing with uh, back in the day, you have a great song, you have a great team, you have a great team and a great song and great budget, and you some things it was like music is subjective.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you never really know what some like it's art, man. So some people will be like, "Oh, that's amazing," and other people will be like, "That is a huge steaming pile of shit." But I mean, in some ways, it was harder back then because there was such a grip on the distribution side of things. Uh, but now, algorithms are always changing. There's more and more music. There's new technology coming out. Everything's changing. So, oftentimes, right when you think, okay, we think we know how this is working, then they change it up. So,
Right. Yeah, yeah,
there's other
yeah.
factors that come into play too, and it's uh, the algorithm is oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Always spicing it up.
Sure.
Yeah, but definitely, you guys definitely feel more freedom in that too, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, one of the things we've always had a lot of creative control. I mean, on all our records. I mean, but like this album with the Rising, it was 100% creative control. They were great. I mean, what they did, we asked for their feedback on what they thought were the singles. We were very much aligned, and yeah.
Nice.
So no, having creative control is very important to us. Very important
For
to us.
sure.
So yeah.
Yeah. And the core theme of Reinvention is transformation through adversity. Was
Mm-hmm.
there a specific breaking point that shaped this record?
Well, Veer at its core is always about hope, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
so for us, if there's the core message of Veer is hope. Welcome to Dystopia. That was through COVID. We
Yep.
ventured into different waters on it. It was a really fun, stressful record to make. It was fun. But on this record, we wanted to make sure to really get back to our roots. And we knew we were going to go the heaviest ever. So, with our core fans, with new fans, we wanted to be like, okay, we're going to push this as far as we can. So,
Yeah.
uh, you know, and at that point too, coming out of COVID, doing what was happening, we were in a more hopeful position than what we had been. So, I mean, it was very organic, man. It was very organic, and
Nice.
and yeah, so yeah.
And what would you say this album says about where you are emotionally right now compared to, like you had mentioned, Dystopia?
Well, I mean, dude, at this point, I mean, dude, the more time goes on, when you play in a band, you get a bunch of guys together. They're artists, so you're dealing with people that are creative. So creative people
Yeah.
can get pretty wonky,
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
And one of the things too is like, I mean, dude, it's been a long, hard battle, and one of the things is that the more time goes on, the more we get to know each other on different levels.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see people oftentimes, seeing people at their best is one thing, but when you really get to know people is when you see them at their worst. And we've
100%.
we've been through it all, and the one thing that's definitely evolved within our band is a better understanding of where each of us are coming. Not that there wasn't before, but it's like, when you really get to know people, you really get to know their heart. You really get to see their strengths, their weaknesses, and
Yeah, for sure.
and two, as you get older, we're just so grateful, man. We're so grateful for each other. We're so grateful for this outlet. We're so grateful for the fans. There's gonna be times on records where you're in the creative process. It's not always gonna be just sunshine and rainbows,
Of course. Yeah, man.
but one of the things too, it's like our friendship, like we're a family, dude. And
Yeah, for sure.
if being in a band, especially over a long period of time, you're especially as men, men and our maturity rates, the way we mature, and as you're growing together, oftentimes with bands, uh, and just people in general, teams, whatever, people start going down different paths, like you start evolving in different ways. And like,
Yeah.
this not always keeps us together. And Crispin's got two beautiful kids now, and
Nice. Yeah.
there's significant others and things. And it's just like, I mean, dude, not I wouldn't want to be making music with anyone else,
Yeah. That's
other
cool.
bands that I grew up listening to. Would it be a dream come true if you could? But at the end of the day, we're family, man, and
Yeah. Yeah, man.
so grateful, dog. So
Very cool. That's awesome, man. One thing that I've noticed online, even fans always talk about is how emotionally direct your lyrics are. And that's something that I feel like the band has never hidden behind metaphor, heavy obscurity. Your songs are just direct, they're emotionally clear and intense. Would you say that that's something intentional, or is that just something that kind of comes through as a writer?
well, I mean, it's definitely everything that you hear comes from the heart. Like we really do come from the heart, where you find, as artists, you find your success somewhere,
Yeah.
and you always
Yeah.
want to evolve, right? So like, we know where our demographic is in regards to like the message that the people that keep coming back that have stayed fans for all these years, at this point, everyone wants something fresh and new, but I think people that listen to Veer, you want to have that sense of hope, that sense of I can do this, the sense of, whether it's like I can do this, I can overcome this, I can do one more rep. It sounds super jockey because none of us are jocks. Oh my God.
I mean, come on.
But yeah, man. So yeah. So
Nice.
is it deliberate in some ways? In some ways, yes, but it's always coming from the heart, man. Because you know, one of the thing is that uh, when you're listening to a song and it like when we're working on stuff, if it comes back and everyone's not like fuck yeah, then we're like what? Like hold on, because like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we have to make music for ourselves. uh we have to make the music, we have to be happy with it, because if we're not happy with it, how are we going to continue to do it? you know
Yeah,
what I mean? So like,
absolutely.
so yeah, so the short answer is it comes from the heart.
Nice, very cool. And that honestly probably connects directly to why your covers have worked so well, also.
Mm.
So I'm thinking back, like your reimagining of Nightmare, I think it was by Halsey, was massive moment, over 10 million streams. When you cover a song, what makes you go, yeah, we can definitely make this our own?
uh usually what it would be is, can we pull this off? Do first and foremost, do we connect with the song?
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
is this the right tempo for us? Is this something that we can do? And then
yeah, yeah.
one of the things too, Crispin has a pretty low voice, and so when we're picking covers, we've tried a bunch of covers, and usually most of the time we have to drop it down a
You
few.
gotta drop the keys down. Yeah,
When you drop the keys, sometimes you lose the magic, man. Sometimes you lose the magic.
yep,
So like,
sure.
we've picked songs before where you think it's going to be really sick. Like that Halsey song, dude. We worked on it. We heard that song. We were like, fuck yeah, we got to do this because we could all relate to it, and it was stressful for a bit because there were
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
there were a couple parts where we're listening back and we're like, oh shit, is this gonna pop? Because I mean now with technology, as technology gets better, you can get closer and closer to the final product as you're working.
Yeah, for sure.
But back then, it's like, oh shit, we hope it pops, and then I remember it was that was one of the last songs that we finished on the covers record.
Cover. Yeah,
It was a nail biter, dude. It was a nail biter.
nice.
But it turned out, and yeah, it was fans loved it. We made a shit ton of new fans off of it, and
Awesome, man.
the
Yeah.
rest is history, man.
Cool. That's awesome. So I just wanted to jump in about the singles really quick. Shocking fans dropping 6 singles ahead of the album. Um, that's pretty bold. What was it? Was it more about building momentum or testing the waters?
Building momentum, the way that
Nice.
you're dealing, you're trying to get your numbers up, uh you're trying to work with the algorithm, right? So like
Yeah, for sure.
one of the things like before back in the day, usually it'd be like 3 singles, you put out the album and everyone consumes the album, you dig through it. Now it's like records are so fast, man. So
Yeah, it's quick. Yep.
so fast. So we never want to sell our fans short, but unfortunately, and I mean, dude, there's someone could debate me on this, but like oftentimes, just now it's uh we certainly a few years ago, we definitely were living in a singles world. And I know, places like Spotify and stuff, they're pushing the pre-save now more.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
so like, I mean, we grew up listening to albums, but like at the end of the day, man, it's trying to get that momentum so that
absolutely.
people fall in love with the record and then stream it more and more and more and more. And then the day the record comes out,
Yeah,
people go back and go, oh yeah, it's been a while since I wore
yeah,
my ears out on the song, and the cycle
yeah,
goes,
exactly.
right?
Very
So
cool. So that brings us to the most important question. You've
Yes, sir.
hinted at a massive North American and European run for 26. Be honest, how much trouble would you get into if you told me right now when fans can expect an announcement?
Oh, well, I can't say it, but
Yeah,
we'll be announcing something. We will be announcing something very soon. And we haven't been out since 2022. We're
yeah,
very,
yep,
very excited to get back out, see our fans, see our new fans, see so many. There's quite a few fans over the years when you do it long enough that you become friends with. And
yeah, for
you
sure.
know, not only do we love playing live, getting out there, performing, but it's also a great way to meet people. Like if you come to a Veer show, we will be at the merch booth. We will be accessible to you, and we want to meet you, and we want to thank you because if it isn't for our fans, like we can't do this at the level that we're doing it. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
grateful to the fans and like I mean, we love our fans. Our fans are the best, and yeah, I really hope that everyone comes out. And when you do come out and you see one of us, please by all means come out, talk to us, come see us at the merch booth, come see us at the side stage, or you know, that's it, dude.
Awesome, man. That's so cool.
Okay.
Ryan, thank you so much again for your time today. It was really great chatting with you. I really appreciate it. For
Thank you,
everybody
Ryan.
watching, Reinvention album you absolutely cannot miss. It's going to be dropping tomorrow, February 20th via Rising Empire. It's heavier, sharper, and more honest than ever, in my opinion. Ryan, I'll let you take it from here. If there's anything else you want to give a final word.
Yeah, I just I want to say thank you to all our fans. Thank you to everyone that stuck with us through all these years and to all our new fans, all of the people that have just discovered us. We're so glad that you found us, and we would love if you would stream the shit out of this record
Yeah,
and
man, you got to do it.
pick up a hard copy. That's a huge way to support us. And we got vinyls out too, and yeah, come see us on tour, and we can't wait to see you all. And thank you.
Awesome, man. Ryan, thank you again so much for your time.
Thank you, Ryan.
My empire.